box. Jay LaRock here, percent off collector, and we have a bunch of 12-inch figures that are in my box, or I guess in the photo box here. And for those who are new, welcome on in. Thanks for checking out the channel. Basically, with this series, we look at loose figures that I pick up secondhand. It could be online, thrift stores, estate sales, garage sales, and so forth. And we just take a look at them. And this I got really awesome because all of these items you see here today I got for $10, which was an incredible deal. I'm not really a huge collector of 12-inch figures, but just the fact that the price was just right, I mean, percent off collector, I mean, it says it all. But also that it's 3 different lines that you'll see here, and that was cool in itself. And some of the accessories that it came with. Now, originally G.I. Joes came out, like, I think it was the 60s, and they were supposed to be Barbies for boys. So the originals were larger, and the whole idea was that you could buy all these, army clothes and army gear and dress them up just the way, you would do a Barbie. And then, of course, later on, it switched to the smaller figures, and now you have 6-inch, you have 12. So these came out, these aren't those 1960 ones. These actually came out in the 90s. So I believe when I checked these over first, all of these are from 1992, and these all have kind of like a little bit more articulation, I think, than the older versions, but it gave people a chance to, like, I guess, experience what it was like. And then I think they were also hoping that maybe they could continue to sell like ammo packs, gun packs, clothing packs, stuff like that. So let's just take a look at. These are tall. I just realized, like, for filming, it's like, woof, it's like harder than doing like small figures. So as you can see, it's like these are large figures. I mean, look at that. Like I said, 12 inches. So what's cool about them is that it's more about dressing up and playing with accessories than anything else, because articulation is less than what you're going to see in modern figures. So, like, for instance, you don't have like a knee bend, or, well, actually no, I think this one kind of does. Yeah, actually it does. It's not that far. So it's like, as you can see, like, no one wants to focus on the back. So it's like you can hear it. So it's like, see, you get kind of a bend, but you don't get like that full, like, all the way bend. But I do like that sound. Listen to that. That's a good sound. You don't get really anything with the ankles. This is kind of like that rubbery plastic. There isn't like no hip turn. Of course, you can do the normal back and forth. Back, not so much. No waist turn, things like that. Elbow, is it the same thing? No, actually, on this one, there's no actual elbow turn. And I will show you what it looks like without the clothes. Now, the thing is that I don't know if these came with the correct clothing on. I did try like scanning some of them to see, but I think the clothing was like played around with, so I ends up with different results and stuff like that. But like I said, I think that the claim to fame for these is the fact that you can play around with the clothing. So let me kind of part the C here, so we have a little bit more room to work and more room for you guys to see. Alright, so if we go back here, so you can see that the idea here is that you can change around with the pockets. I mean, look at it. It's like the pockets are all working, things like that. You can change out the clothing. It feels just like the kind of clothes that you would see on like a regular doll figure, but it's supposed to be military themed. Most of the connections, as you can see, is like Velcro, which makes it easy. So it's like, oh, I feel like I should be playing an Usher song while I'm doing this. So, oh, you know what? I didn't notice. See, that's the thing. I just basically bought this, looked at it a little bit, and that's it. So you're seeing me play around with this for the first time as well. And that's kind of like the way I like to do these videos. I don't like to sit and study them so much, because I want you to be like, hey, this is how I'm feeling, and maybe you feel the same way about how this is. So that is interesting. It has a bicep turn. And does it turn here? No. So that's interesting that you got the bicep turn. So that does give you more articulation there. And then of course you rotate the arm and so forth. It's kind of interesting that if you look, I don't know if that's always normal that you got the different color looking in between the chest. I mean, even kind of like the arms, right? Maybe it's my lights a little bit, but it seems like the arms are a little bit different as far as color. So yeah, so it's like you can see the labeling. I also like seeing that, like the GI Joe on here and stuff like that. I thought that was cool. And it's like, for the most part, it's the same thing as you see on a Barbie. It's like they give them auto underwear, though I think there's some that they still actually have like the butt. But so you can see so this one was, yeah, this is 1992. So I just want to show you like this is, ugh. Those pants are tight, soldier. The things I do. Whoever thought that I'd end up stripping a doll or action figure naked on a YouTube video, but here we are. So as you can see, basically with the legs, you don't have any of that articulation here. So it's basically just the kick and the forward. But again, I think that these are more, like I said, it's more for dressing up, posing, like, you know, basic poses, stuff like that. So let's quickly look through some of the other ones here. Now, I love this air person suit. I really like that. Now, this one is different. I have to see if she's from a different line, because again, I don't know if someone switched this out. So as you can see, it still says GI Joe US Army, has the airborne tag, which is that's just cool. But already you see this is different as far as articulation. But I like everything, like even here, the Velcro and stuff on the side. Look at that, is the zipper down mode. So let's see if this one is different. And it's like, it looks like she has like a top underneath, so that's good. It's slightly less awkward. Okay, so you can see here, it's branded on the inside, the clothes, GI Joe. So let's see here what it says. So this one is 97. Okay, so this is the 97 version of this. So I'm not sure what this line is called. If somebody does know, let me know. So as far as articulation, you can see that, as I said, this one has a lot more. So not only, let me just get this out so it's easier to see. It's not as easy as you think. Like, I thought that this stuff would just easily come off, but like on the hands and stuff, it's like it doesn't want to. All right, look, it doesn't want to, it doesn't want to. So it's like, so as we said, you can open and play around with the hands, so that's cool. And you also have the motion with the wrists, and then the elbows as well. Much more range of motion. And let's see, oh wow, it goes pretty far back. And then you see the arms as well that you're able to move. And it feels like the legs are the same way. So you see on this one, the bend is much more. I don't think there's any, wow, like everything on this is like hard to pull off. Like I feel like I could be damaging it. Look at that, like I bumped my knife, my light when I did that. But so yeah, like, so you have like ankle rockers and stuff here. Look at it. Like you can move the foot and stuff like that. You can turn at the legs. So the 97 version has a lot more. And then like I said, the other version didn't have a waist turn, but this does have a waist turn. But so this one is actually different than the other ones, because I'm pretty sure I looked at all the other ones, and all the other ones are 1992. But as I said, for me, oh look, this side of course comes off easy now. So I mean, look at that with the hand. It's like you can do a lot, twist it around and all that. Do a lot. So that's pretty cool. And as I said, I really like the jumpsuit. That really is a nice, awesome part to it. So I I don't know. See, I was trying to identify which one was Duke. I don't know. Anyone know? Maybe this is one is Duke. But I thought this was interesting because it just looked more like a casual shirt. But then he still had the military pants. And then this one had boots. So as you see, most of them had at least most of the clothing. But it's not like I can say that this is exactly how it would come out of the package. But still, I just think it's cool to have like a shirt. I mean, this one's kind of different because it does seem a little bit like less quality. So it's possible this came from another figure or doll. I am not sure. But this one has like that same type of articulation as the first. So I'm pretty sure this is the 94 line. So let's go to the other one. This one's awesome. I like the black. Oh wow, you know what? I did not notice the gun. I just now noticed that. As I said, man, I'm enjoying this pretty much for the first time with you. And oh wow, man, this guy. See, this is why you gotta check people, man, when they come up in your house, cause you never know what they packing. Oh, so it looks like this belonged to Snake Eyes. That is cool. And it looks like, is it 2 or 1? Okay, I think this is part of it, but that is pretty sweet. So I mean, that's part of what I'm talking about. And oh, you know what? No, this one's different as well. Wow. So if anyone does know these by default, please feel free to leave something in the comments about it. Oh, so let's see. 96, is that right? I think it's so funny that's on the butt. Yeah, 96. Okay. So I was wrong. So this is yet another version. So it looks like this one, yeah, this definitely has more articulation. Yeah, so this one you can turn the wrists and bend the elbows and turn the waist and bend the knee a little bit further. And it feels like it has that same foot movement as well. And as I said, I really love the clothing. With that size, I just think that's sweet. And the fact that it had a vest. So let's take a look at the weapons real quick. So it's like, you know, oh, it looks like it's broken, but that's fine. So this one is not. So basically just a larger version of the one that you would get for like a 3.7 inch. So it's like you can put it in the hand and things like that. Like, no, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do that. Alright, so that's cool. Let's see. Then we have this guy here. Got a kind of weird look, right? Like he's looking at you like, why are you looking at me, man? I'm like, bro, I gotta check you, make sure everything's okay. So this one also looks like maybe it's probably the same 96 version. Because it has more articulation, the waist turn and things like that. Looks like the marking is different. No, this is even later. So 1998. And this one may not be a joke because it says 21st Century Toys Incorporated. So it looks like the other ones were G.I. Joe or Hasbro, but this one perhaps not. But I mean, it could definitely fit in as far as how it looks. So that's even kind of cooler to me, the fact that all these and look at the boots on this. That's some cool looking boots. I have to say that's. So yeah, this one, look at that. You can turn the legs. This one bends really well as well. Good articulation. That makes sense. Ooh, look at that split. Do a nice split. Almost kicking Kirk in the face. So yeah, actually it doesn't say anything G.I. Joe, so that makes sense. But as I said, all this came from different. And then, last of the Joes, or at least Army guy, is this guy who I swear I thought it was Guile from Street Fighter. He's looking pretty awesome in his full getup here. And this one seems to be the closer to the old-fashioned one, so I'm sure that this is that 92. Let's see, any waist? No waist turn. So I'm guessing that this one is also 92. Am I right? 92 Hasbro, yeah. So So yeah, I'm pretty sure this one I did scan. It did say it was GI Joe, but it's just interesting that like this looks like Guile. I mean, Guile is in the military as far as Street Fighter lore, so that makes sense. Um, Before we go to the others, let me show you. So this was the accessory that actually came with it that I saw. This gigantic assault rifle. So, you know, it kind of fits in kind of default. The hands, you don't really articulate them. Like, they just move enough so that you could put the gun in the hand, but that's about it. I wonder, I'm pretty sure these are just to fit the hands of 12-inch figures. So yeah, so it can fit the handgun from the other one. Like, he's ready to go. He's like, yo, I got my shirt off, homie. Oh, look at that. He got his chain. Give me that chain, homie. He's like, nah, man. You want some of this? You want this chain? You get some of that. So that's cool. All right, so I'm really happy. Look at that. Look at that top on the top of his head. So before we go to the other figures, let me just show you quickly. So this was some other stuff that came into it, and it's interesting because some of this stuff, as far as the clothing, actually has a decent price, like on eBay. I'm not really thinking about flipping it or anything, but like this jacket alone, being G.I. Joe branded, I think it was like $17, $18 just for this jacket, you know, if it's in good condition. And, you know, this one, it's like a little raggy. I don't know, is that a tear? Yeah, it looks like a little hole. But, you know, not bad. But I do think it's just sweet. I mean, it's a cool little jacket to switch things up. Kind of like the Airman's jacket. Has that kind of leather look. And then it also had like a random pair of pants. And this one wasn't branded, so I don't know. But again, very, very cool, very cool. All right, so again, what I love about sometimes getting like figures and stuff secondhand is that you'll end up like I said, all this was the same bundle. So it's like you had G.I. Joe mixed with a non-G.I. Joe brand, and then out of nowhere, you have Planet of the Apes. So let me pan this out a little bit, and then here we go. So basically, we got Dr. Zaius, and the other one is Cornelius. So these are from Kenner, and I think that these are also, I think these are 92. I'll double check to make sure. But basically the same idea. It looks like, well, it might be a little later because it has more articulation, but it could be just because Kenner is different. So with this one, looks like you can move around the wrist. Doesn't? Oh yeah, you can bend at the elbow. And then of course move the elbow. It does turn at the waist. I mean, these boots, I don't think they're coming off. I can't tell if it has like a foot thing, but the legs sound like the 92 though. You see, like you hear it, but it doesn't go very far back. I really like how this pattern here is like the harder plastic when the rest of this is cloth. It feels really nice. He's got his pants. Let's see now, is it easy to see? Yeah, he has the all Velcro, because that's what you wear is Velcro. So 97 Kenner. Okay, so that makes sense that it has a little bit more articulation, but as you can see back here, it's like you have the harder, I guess it's like plastic or vinyl. But yeah, I gotta say that you know, I liked Planet of the Apes. I watched the old-fashioned ones and new ones. I liked Dr. Zaius. I love was it The Simpsons that did the Dr. Zaius? That was just hilarious. I love that stuff. I think most of these figures go for about $10 to $15 a piece. So getting all of this stuff for $10 was a great deal. I have to say, like, I really like the detail in the face. Like, the face looks really good. Like, look at that. Like, you even see, like, the wrinkles, the teeth, the eyes are well done, the eyebrows, the hair feels good all the way around. See the back here. So it's not just the clothing. Like some of the G.I. Joes, you know, like, going back, let me just grab one. Going back, like, you know, the faces here are a lot more basic. You know, it's like it still looks good. Look at that, it has the scar and all that, but like none of them had like, can't say real hair because it's not real hair, but all this is like just plastic built in. Where with the Kenner line, at least for these, it's like you have hair that you can like touch and feel. It actually feels like good. It doesn't feel like it's just gonna fall out. So that's a good little mix. Let's look at Cornelius, which actually comes with a little accessory. And I forgot what the map was. Because I'm pretty sure this is from the, yeah, all this is the original movie from like what, 70s? I think 70s. Is it? Did they have any in the 60s? I know at least 70s, but I remember Cornelius, and I love the fact that he has this. And you, of course, you can take it out of his hand, so you can see the whole scroll, and that's cool. And I'm pretty sure this is all the same line from what I looked up. And again, you can see the patterns in here, the good detail on the face, the hair, all that. And yeah, it's like the same articulation and stuff. But as I said, I really like what they've done as far as the clothing and all that. Like, it really looks nice and it pops. That was the only accessories for these line. It was just that scroll. I'm not sure what else would have came with it, but I'm sure the other one probably came with something. But I didn't have that. But yeah, overall, I have to say that I really thought that, you know, these were pretty cool. So last but not least, completely different here and a little bit smaller, because I mean, if you can see, let's look at so this is like 9, I guess. Take about if this is 12, I'd say this is 9. So 9-inch figure. So this one is the Star Trek Playmates from 1994. Now I think that this is the Command Edition Collector Series. I looked it up a bunch of times just to make sure, and I'm pretty sure that this is the one that it is. Like everything matched on it. Though there was a variant, I think there was like maybe a belt or some. Oh no, that was just a. I think no. Oh, what it was changed is here. So the pattern around here was a little bit different. So it's still possible that this could be another version, but I believe that this is the 1994. And one of the things that I really liked about this is the accessories that it came with. So let's take a look. First, it came with this stand, which I just think is sweet. So let's just go over articulation before I put on the stand. So this one here, nothing with the toes or ankles or anything. You have like your standard bend backwards, and then the leg that goes backwards. You can't turn the wrist or anything or do much with the fingers. You have your basic elbow bend, and then as far as your shoulder, you can go wide and you can go up. No waist turn, but the head can go all the way around. Woo! That's what Mirror Universe Kirk does. I don't think. Oh, look at that! This one is you got the booty. Look at the way they did the joints there. That's cool. But this one has a booty, and again, you have the Velcro. You can see the joints up here. So, Kirk, you're not going bare chested today. I know you want to, but we ain't gonna do that right now. We already had enough nudity on this video. But so let's go back a little bit. So you see, oh, so this is where you can see. That's how I did look it up. Oh my goodness. So this one was 90. Oh my goodness, I'm so blind. 94, yeah. So these are 94. So let's put it on its stand. Where's the hole? Okay. It fits well. Like it's snug. So you can see here, that's how he looks on his stand. And that's cool. I think that that's a nice touch to have that stand so you can stand them up easily and then do different poses. But even cooler than that is the accessories that came with it. And he came with, besides the stand, he has the old-fashioned tricorder. So that looks pretty cool. And you have the communicator, which I always love this. You can't, it's locked into place, but still cool. And then you have the phaser. So you can deck them out pretty well, and just have them ready to go. Even though it looks kind of weird like that, and I think this is actually how it's supposed to be. So there you go. He's ready to go. So yeah, I really like this. It's really cool to have. I mean, they're big, so they take up space, which that is a little bit unfortunate. But I really think that the design, I really like the Kirk. I love the accessories on this. So, thanks a lot for watching this video. If you like it, please consider giving me a like, sub. I'm doing videos at least 3 times a week, so make sure you hit that notification button. But thank you so much for geeking out with me as I enjoyed playing around with these toys. But until next time, remember my motto: no discount, no deal. Catch you next time. Beam me up, Scotty.